What up, everybody? How's everyone doing? How was everybody's weekend? Are we ready for this? Do. It's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new month, it's a new first full week of February is out here. Do. Oh, and Q. Q kind of consolidated overnight, right? Interesting, very interesting. Inside day so far. How's everyone doing? First, let's put up that poll. Up or down at open? Quite an interesting type of day. We have high impact news at 10, actually. Move that over to 10 o'clock then. Okay. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Yeah, I am at almost at 30k subs. Broussard. Isn't that crazy? Like we hit 20k, I believe, about 10 days ago. It was like a Thursday. We're running. This channel's running. And also I'm working on putting out more content for sure. Today at 11 a.m. 11:15, so after the stream, we have a interview with Patrick Wieland where I ask him how he was able to level up his prop firm game, where last year he made like about $46,000, but this month alone he made $40,000. So I asked him like what changed. So stick around for that 11:15 a.m. today. It's scheduled after the stream. I'll be there. Well, it's like a little premiere, so I think the live chat will be on for that. That's gonna be interesting. And how was everyone's weekend? I believe someone said that they proposed to their girlfriend last weekend at the top of the rock. I wonder if they're here now and how'd that go. Sure it went well. I wonder if they went to any of the restaurants I mentioned. So yeah, it's consolidated overnight. Jabber algorithm, I do believe so. I'm not too sure about, like, I don't know what a virtual credit card is really. Okay, definitely down and open. Lewis says, okay, we'll mark it out. Interesting. Yeah, I do think DXY is bullish. We'll look at DXY in a second. So what's up with DXY? Finally, it broke out of that range, I believe, right? Right, so on the daily, finally closed above a high. Oh, and look at that. We hit buy side already, so actually I would just like to see the reaction here. And I wonder if we start making bearish 4-hour value gaps. 4-hour fair value gaps. Wow. No, that's pretty much the market for you. Sometimes they'll just run without you. But I mean, it's not like we really moved much lower on indices, so it's not really correlated. We'll see what happens at 10. So we hit that monthly fair value gap now on DXY. So pretty much this is like where I'm like, oh, I'm gonna wait and see the reaction, right? Called this thing to be bullish for quite a while, but it just decided to consolidate forever. What can you do? No clean movement, and then on NFP Friday finally broke out of the range, had some continuation, but it's not like it really helped us for the indices. So What can you do? Not much in that moment. What I can do is probably mark out like the CE of this, like monthly and weekly. Sure. Okay. CE means midpoint for anyone. See the weekly. We have 7 minutes until open. I believe the yes, has all-time highs to go for. Yep. So many levels marked out. I should clean. There's like large volume imbalance now on the daily for ES. Okay. Quite interesting for ES. I mean, this is sort of like where it picked up for um during NFP. Don't need this. Well, the good news is that the sun is finally out, and I'm much happier. I got some sunlight in my eyes this morning. Okay, ES is structurally a little bit weaker than be interesting. Okay. This bib high that I marked out lines up with like an hourly fair value gap. I'm gonna on ES potential retracement area. Oops. I actually don't really need this. Well, I can leave it for the pricing. Yeah, if I were to be a betting woman and if I were to play 930 open, probably Judas up here and then lower. But, I'm just going to wait for my silver bullet entries. Marking out 10 a.m. high impact news, red line. We'll watch NQ now for a minute. So we're down 0.11% from Friday's close. During the close on Friday, like the last 15 minutes, I believe, was a little bit of a retracement, move downwards. I wasn't there to watch that, thankfully, because that would have been exhausting to just watch, I think. We also still have last week's high we didn't hit for NQ. So it is possible for it to just like run up for it at open. A few different possibilities there. Let's check out the chat real quick. Let's see what people are voting for. 57% say up, and 43% say down at open. Can I turn the live volume up? Sure. We'll do that. Yes. The gain. Okay, so now it's turned up a little bit. Let me know if that's okay. Checking 1, 2, 3. And I'm just going to talk how I regularly talk when I do the checking, because then, I speak softly, so. Better? Okay. Can't turn it up too much, because then it picks up, like, me drinking coffee and breathing. ASMR in the house. ASMR. Okay, so, Friday was pretty crazy. I didn't have to trade. I was running the giveaway, which is cool. And I typically don't really trade NFP, so I don't really have so much FOMO. Make sure you don't feel FOMO from things like that. There's always going to be a huge move like that happens, typically on NFP anyway. Sometimes it's clean, sometimes it's not. I think I have an idea of how to trade it nowadays. If you know the draw on liquidity and the structure, which I called was bullish, but I was a little busy doing running the giveaway and things like that. By the way, we've crashed that website again, my Funded Futures website. It's so funny. The power of Team Tanya. So we dipped into this. I remember this is like a 15-minute fair value gap, but I could also just mark it out as a 4-hour. I believe it's still like respected CE. That's what ended up happening for NQ. Yeah, 1 minute until open, folks. Yeah, I don't think that this matters so much. We can put that as a daily VIB high again. And we can check out what happened for, I think RTH gap. There's not really much of one, right? No. Okay. Pretty much starting, yeah, because you can see that NQ is like negative 0.1% from when it closed on Friday. So there's no really gap there. Okay, open is opened. So we'll have to see what happens here. Not really clean structurally. It's, done its consolidations. We'll mark out like London low and things like that. Wonder if that holds up or not, because it's like what we marked out for Friday afternoon where we wanted to see like a sweep of these lows to go bullish again. So maybe it does that again here today. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. London lows here. Asia lows here. So I'm going to watch out the 15 and have like the 1 minute on my Ninja. So not really much for me to look at. No. Oh, Nico, really? I'm gonna text them immediate about that. Please issue when you get the chance. Okay. ES is way more weak. You're right. You're right. ES is moving down at open and Q's moving up. So pretty like your standard low probability, low quality market conditions that we've seen like past 2 weeks. ES moving down while NQ is moving up. It's not really moving up much NQ, but ES is weaker. So, has it even taken any type of swing high or eat? Not really. I don't think I need this anymore. For this. You know, I feel like ES has been a little cleaner lately. And YM is completely taken, I think, Asia lows and London lows now. Okay. Yeah. YM. We got DXY over here. Okay, that's better. I remember I asked the chat, like, do you think we'll get to 5,000 for ES? And we did not do that on Friday. Decided to slip lower. I'm glad I moved away from watching price action at the end of the day. Yep. We got more my funded future. We got my funded futures count. We worked on last week. Mostly evals because it was like NFP week, so we got that to 8,200. And then for the other account, for my funded one, I wasn't really trading so much on it because I was like, let me wait for better conditions. So that's where we are right now with that. So that's like that funded account. I'm like up like $300 or $400. Not really a big deal, but like, you know, January was about building up some more accounts and staying safe and sort of like forging discipline. Let's see NQ at this moment. Watch NQ again because that's our main index that we typically watch. So I'm gonna mark out this like 15-minute high from before open as buy side liquidity. So we'll see how we react there. Are we just gonna, you know, sweep it, immediate reversal? Are we gonna have like close above it and then keep running towards that last week's high? You know, I can see both happening. What is DXY doing? It's kind of trudging up higher. You know, strong close above that monthly fair value gap on the hourly. I'll mark out an hourly fair value gap on DXY as well to see whether it will get bought up in it here. Just real quick, and then I'll have like a little alert when it comes back into it. So I can watch reactions there. But no rush this morning, really. 10 a.m. news. That's actually my favorite type of thing, like when we have 10 a.m. news. Because I feel like that's when price action for me is like the best because, like, you know, typically trade a silver bullet. So if you have high impact news during silver bullet hour, pretty good action. So we have to remember, like, it's either going to be manipulation or distribution at that time, right? Okay, let me check out chat now a little bit. Who was that? I don't know what you're talking about. RTY very sad down. I haven't checked out small caps in a while. I wonder how they did during January. Typically, they're supposed to do better during January, you know? So, VIB is volume imbalance. Yeah, has been it's pretty good conditions I think for Monday because it's like not such a large range before overnight, right? It's like a 50 to 60 point range. So it could be fun. It would be best if we like, you know, I don't know, that or These are kind of like equal highs from Friday, so we could actually go all the way here. Maybe SMTES lower, I don't know. Or maybe all the way to last week's high, who knows? And maybe it'll continue stronger, who knows? We'll have to wait and see. Patience, it's a waiting game, honestly. And I have, what we have so far now, though, is like YM has taken these lows here. We have SMT-YM here. So we have like a bullish SMT already, So a lot of times I do see like just 10 a.m. just like rip up higher. And you have to figure out like an entry. I don't know. We'll find out. It would be better if there's an SMT of ES there. If we're bullish, right? I'll be watching DXY as well, but like, I don't know. Have you guys been watching DXY lately? Because I don't think it's been that great for correlation's sake. Okay, here's some sort of drop. Chop, shop, right? So good thing we're not rushing the open. Like we said, there's not really any setup. We're watching the 15-minute. We're in the middle of this range. There's not really a point in doing any of that. So I'll have some alerts here. But like we said, we do have an SMT with YM, so something to think about. Something to consider, but I prefer it when it's with ES, so we'll have our alerts with ES as well. Let me see ES for a second, right? ES broke like London low during pre-market actually, which is kind of weird, I guess. Right? We have like an SMT here from like London low to pre-market. We'll see if it breaks this. I prefer it to break the pre-market low. If we're bullish, I don't know. The first step is always like, what is the draw on liquidity, right? Like if you don't know the draw on liquidity, like you don't get into a trade, right? You're just trading patterns essentially, right? So that's what I'm always trying to figure out first. We are still in a bullish structure, right? That doesn't necessarily like mean biases like that, but yeah, we have 5,000. Like I do think ES is going towards all-time highs, so towards it at least, or like NQ at least towards last week's high. It doesn't really mean it has to do that today, but at the same time, DXY is like sort of bullish at the moment, but it can reverse at any point essentially, right? It can reverse maybe over here after it takes like these highs maybe into the midpoint of a weekly fair value gap, perhaps. Like this could change and then turn bearish, and then we'll have our push up for indices essentially. But for that to happen, like it's gonna take a while. We would need like this hourly fair value gap would have to get like violated. This should turn into like a bearish order. We'll have to make like a bearish order block, and that's like this is an hourly chart. So patience is a virtue in trading for sure. I got my alert for ES. Just waiting. There's not really much to do for me, at least. Or we didn't take any buy side here, so I'm good. If I miss a short or whatever, like I'll just wait for after 10 a.m. news. Trying out like one shot, one kill type of thing, like just like try your best to find like the best trade of the day. Take it, try it out. Maximum 2 trades in a session. But like if the first trade works, like I'll probably be done. See what people are saying. Hey now, good morning. Oh, good to know. Good morning, good morning, good morning. We could go bullish giving DXY is bullish because the indices have done that already. Like, the indices have gone up while DXY has gone up. Like, prime example of that is, I believe, is Friday, right? NFP Friday. So, yeah. The chat for a minute because I'm not really doing much here. Yeah, we're waiting for news. La Rosa says, do you have a video where I can explain the order block well? No, but that's a good idea. People have asked me about that. So I will make a video about that. I feel like I could explain that pretty well. Sure. I'll just make it like how I use ICT order blocks for high probability plays. I think that's a good title. And Top Step, you asked me if I have a discount. No, they don't really give discounts to us. They don't really do discounts that often. So it's just like click the link and that's basically it. I believe like the last time they did something was maybe like you got like one account for 50% off, like I think probably the beginning of January. And then before that, I believe they had Veterans Day sale, like $11 50K account on Veterans Day, which is 11/11. Hi from Nepal. An order block is a series of candles, not just one. But I look at if there's just one that took out liquidity, then I look at that one. Quite boring open. Took out this pre-market. I don't really care so much. It's like too weird. Like now, oh, did I even take out pre-market low? I don't really care so much about that, I guess. I don't know. Meaning, no, I didn't. Okay. Okay. It's a lot. Like, I really suggest that, like, you start out the open with, like, on the 15-minute. That's how, like, ICT says for ICT 2022 concepts. Like, the mentorship. Like, otherwise, if you're just, like, watching the 1 minute, like, you can get caught up really easily. In a trade that's, like, just in the range. Right? So, like, on the 15-minute, it's not like we took buy side or sell side on NQ yet. So, really nothing for me to do. Not much, not much. But like literally, like I said, like if you just watch a 15, then there's like less candles to register in your brain. Might do a little brain warm up right now. Real quick. Before the high impact news. Which is like where I go to this website. It's like free to make an account. It's not sponsored. It's like brainhq.com. And I can just show it for a second. What is this one? This is DX1. Okay. Brain HQ. Basically, what I'm going to do is like this is, for example, this is you get one free exercise a day. I'm not paying for this. You get one free exercise a day. And it's good for your brain, like and for clicking fast. So it's how I like warm up. Typically pre-market, but like this is just like a 1 to 2 minute exercise. So this is a memory game to remember the scene. So I'll just like literally do like one with you guys. I'm not going to put this on the screen, but you know, you can check it out yourself. A number of sheep will appear briefly. Remember their locations. This is good for like if you have focus issues or like want to build your memory. And then highlighted sheep was added to the scene, so click on it. Okay, so I have to click the one that doesn't belong. Then they go faster and faster, essentially. That one? Oh no, I was wrong. I'll turn off the... Let me turn off my desktop audio. Okay, I did. I did not pay attention for that one. You know, that's what I'm going to be doing real quick on my other screen. I think it's good for you. It's good for memory. Like they have like a bunch of studies done. It helps children and whatever. But anyway, let's check out NQ for a second. So NQ is now below pre-market lows. Kind of weird when you have SMTs on a bunch of different time frames, like a couple of different ones. So you have like YM took London low, there's a divergence there, and then now, you know, NQ, we'll see if we hit it or not. Like I will have an alert there. But at this point, like ES did not reach pre-market low. You know, but ES took so you have like this right now. You have a divergence where like ES, this low is like lower than that low. This is now lower than that one, so weird structure, honestly. I'm overall like looking at if ES doesn't break it, then maybe I'll like look for longs on ES, you know? Anyway, 9 minutes until news. So far we had a move down and open, but I wouldn't say it was like a clean move down, honestly. You know what I'm saying? Gotta wait Snipe, like I'm forging the belief that I'm a sniper, not machine gun. Meaning, like, I only take a few shots a day, not a billion. Not like 10, you know? ES did not make a lower low. I wonder if that, like, 1 minute gets inverted during the 10 a.m. I wonder. Perhaps we make this into a, like, 10 a.m. maybe, like, makes a bullish breaker block or something. I don't know. We'll find out. It's tough because DXY is still, bullish. So yeah, I'm like trying to work on my memory, on my focus, things that like affect performance. I definitely do things like sometimes during the stream, I'm like talking and I get a little bit distracted and then I'm like, what was I talking about again? I guess that's normal though, because like I could be like reading the chat, but like still like, it's gonna be good to do anything I can to help performance. Five minutes. What do you guys think is gonna happen in 5 minutes? Oh my, some of you guys tried Brain HQ. It's fun. Thanks for sharing. You're welcome. Yeah, that's like part of my pre-market routine typically. So I think it's good. Sharps your mind. And it's only like 3 minute long thing. Yeah, I do think that if I were a betting woman, this gets inverted, and then, this becomes a mitigation block for higher at 10 a.m. If I were to, think about that. Right now we have this. Perhaps like, ES gives a better type of thing. So far it's inverting it before actually. This is what I'm talking about, like multiple divergences here. If Friday's high, if it closes strongly above this, likely goes for this, If you think about it, like, if you want to be a buyer, you want to buy below midnight open and 8:30 open. So 8:30 open is here, 7:07, midnight open. Kind of lower, it's down here. Interesting. But, NQ is still red on the day, negative 0.15%, pretty much flat on the day. And YM is also flat. ES is exactly flat. So Not really a remarkable day so far. So I'm just happy I'm not getting chopped up. Hit that like button. Welcome to 2,900 people who are watching. Welcome to the show. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Wonder what people are voting right now. ES is pretty much barcoding, pretty ugly for now. I wonder what that's going to. I don't really have a inverted fair value gap on ES. On the 5-minute, you have a little volume imbalance. That's basically it. I wonder on the 5. Yeah. Pretty ugly. Oh, NQ, why are you like this today? I suppose, day after large move day, NFP was a large move. So you gotta, really be patient, because typically after a large move day, the morning is just consolidating. So you don't want to get chopped up in the chop shop. Okay, 1 minute until news. So let's see. Hasn't really inverted this yet, actually. See what happens. What's the chat voted? What did chat vote for news? 50-50 again, pretty much. Up 58%, down 42%. Interesting. Well, it hasn't inverted it yet. It could go down for sure. I would like it to sort of make another SMT down. I mean, I wouldn't be afraid of that. I'm gonna watch DXY definitely. We'll see if it comes back into the 1 hour fair value gap. Okay, the 10 a.m. news is here. And lower. DXY is pushing up higher towards that midpoint of the weekly fair value gap right now. See if ES breaks that pre-market low or what. Okay, ES is breaking that pre-market low now. So no longer SMT ES there, by the way. See if we take this. Or not, but we have it, we'll have to see. So far bearish. And now I'm going to watch to see if the hole is changing at all. Oh, okay, cool. Because sometimes you guys change your, I think new people that didn't vote then just vote for the thing that happened. Okay, let me see this now. We didn't break this yet. I'm going to have that marked out though. It's London low. We didn't break it yet. ES did. So that is an SMT with ES there. If it keeps it intact, we don't know. What's that low there? 674. For this one, this low is, yeah, by 1 tick, it didn't take it yet. So we'll see what it does here. That could have been the manipulation lower. Might invert this one, But See what happens. I'm not in any. This isn't really my my type of entry either. Okay, so it looks like DXY hit the midpoint of that weekly fair value gap exactly right now. So if we were going to be bullish on indices, like, you know, it should happen now, kind of, as we hit this buy side. Buy side, right? It's just the midpoint of the weekly fair value gap, but interested to see how it reacts there or not. Okay, no more SMT there with ES. It's NQ is taking the London low. So, just gonna wait longer. Oh, this is like, it might go here. You don't know. These are lows from afternoon session yesterday that go into a 15-minute fair value gap. Possible, it's possible. Anything is possible, but, you know. We'll see if this holds it down at all, or just start disrespecting bullish PD arrays. Interested. I'm going to keep watching DXY. Okay. It is, you know, just took those lows there. Did take lows. 15-minute lows here from yesterday. / London, right? Cool lows. Have to wait. It's so far like a 60-point move since that open, that news. So far 60 points down. So chat was said 55% up, 45 down. Very interesting here. Yeah, there's just you know, now's the silver bullet hour, so we'll see what happens from 10 to 11. Got plenty of time left in the day. No need to feel any kind of like FOMO or anything. Like, I didn't see anything to get into a short, really. It didn't really take out any buy side for me to get interested. So I'm looking for longs. Look at that reaction there. It's a pretty good reaction. Interesting. Very interesting. And DXY is starting to move lower. So we'll have to see what happens. Okay. So don't need this anymore. Don't really need this anymore. Yeah, I could leave this because it's like sell side. So you kind of want it to break structure above the sell side liquidity. Market structure shift above it. So nothing yet. I think it's Harry Potter. Sorry. Pretty good reaction there where we marked this out for NQ. Now it has inverted this little fair value gap before it. So I consider like this the order block essentially. Let me see. This series of 2 candles. I want to see if another order block is created here, essentially. Like a propulsion block, we'll see. It's gonna be difficult. It doesn't look like such a great, setup. I would rather have like a 2022 model entry. So I'd rather have like the swing high broken with fair value gap and just get in there. Mm. Yeah, I'm just gonna watch and have my alerts. I don't really. If I'm wrong on the direction and whatever, just won't get a. If it keeps bleeding lower, then I'll just not get in. I'll have this alert. Oh yeah, people get annoyed when it's not straight. There we go. I wonder if ES gets to that Vib high. So this is where we are in the daily right now on Q. Still on the inside day, really. There's no reason to care that much about the price action right now, right? Like we're on an inside day. It's a small body candle right now. If we are bullish, kind of want us to hold like top 50% of this candle. Body. Where is that? 660.5. We're around there right now, right? So let's see if we do eventually get a shift. We are in a small, 15-minute point of interest, essentially. So then I would look for a 1 minute shift up higher to get involved, But anything can happen. This is the hourly down here now. I'll have the 15 there. Yeah, pretty decent. We'll see what happens here. Maybe ES has a better shift. We'll find. But I do like how DXY is just wicking this, on the hourly, on the 15 type of thing. We'll find out what happens here. I would think that this does not hold on DXY, so I'll have perhaps an alert below 50% of this mitigation block. I would like this to get inverted. 5. So no shift yet in any kind of structure. Right now we have ES making lower lows, while NQ did not yet, but it very well could. YM is just slipping lower and lower. What happened to the boomer stocks today? We're down 0.8% on, so that is the weaker sister today, the weaker index. NQ is down 0.4%. ES is just flat. So kind of interesting there, because typically it goes like YM, ES, and Q like in that order. Like ES is typically between the two, not like stronger. I don't know. Interesting. So you have like ES making lower lows, but NQ not yet. This is invalid. Like nothing happened essentially here. Okay, so we'll see if this is a new swing high now. ES is creeping lower and lower into that area we marked out, that VIB, volume imbalance high on the daily / hourly fair value gap high. So actually I'm kind of interested to see if we start, like, if we just dip in there and then like have a strong reaction. But what happened to the boomer stocks? Did Boeing have another scandal? I wouldn't be surprised. NQ new low of day. It's kind of promising on DXY. I would like to see some sort of shift, right? So we're still early for any types of longs there because this hasn't shifted. Still early. If we mark out this move up, we are still in a premium of that leg. Tricky. You know, this move lower hasn't really been so I wouldn't say it's like, I don't know how to describe this move lower, but it's not like anything special to me. We're still in the inside day. We have a small candle on the daily. So pretty much zero FOMO there. I'm like still looking for longs. We'll see what happens. I'll have some coffee. 10:15 mental game reminder. Not tilted, no FOMO or anything. It's just like a little check-in with yourself. Like, do you feel any fear of missing out? Do you feel any just fear of anything? Of if you're in a trade, do you feel any fear of it going against you? Do you feel anger? Do you feel any kind of overconfidence? So it looks like ES is about to come into our point of interest soon. Looks like YM took out a low into an hourly fair value gap as well. Let's see what ends up happening. Is it just gonna, drip through it? So far, we are just making lower highs on indices since 10 a.m. Let me just check out this for a minute. 6 a.m. low. So we broke that 4-hour candle to the downside so far. Not really much for me, honestly. Like, it's just been moving lower and lower, and I didn't really see any type of thing for me to get in, so. Because after it hit this for NQ, I was actually looking for longs. I wasn't looking to just short this fair value gap above some sell side. So it looks like DXY is just like holding up, right? And ES is here in this like midpoint of this hourly fair value gap at this point. This is sort of like last line in the sand for me. This is now, we're in a discount of this leg on ES. It should hold this up, you know, if we're still bullish. Because this is like in a discount, right? This leg for sure. And this is like the midpoint and move down, so we'll have to see if it respects it or not. But any kind of like move up is probably going to form on the 5-minute. And so far 5-minute structure is just like straight down, not really much. Yeah. Pretty much just like large, these 15-minute down candles since open. So we're taking this out now. It's not really looking good for indices now. So it's a good thing that, like, you know, didn't get into any longs, even though I was like more thinking on the long side today. It's not looking good. We'll have to see how this, like, the candle end forms, but like, kind of crazy. It's just on the 5-minute, just like straight dripping lower, no retracement there. So even like if you were thinking of like the Captain backtest model that we sometimes implement, like there was no retracement really for ES. And let me think, and NQ, not really either. It's just puking right now, I would say. That's like the last 5-minute candle, NQ just moved down like 47 points. Pretty crazy. Pretty crazy. Can you imagine all the people like that swung from Friday into today? I'm just looking between the, like, did we have any sort of SMTs? Not really. Oh, this is why I'm at this point. Looking at yes, no. Not really. I think I went over that, right? Yeah. Nope, so nothing really that would have gotten me to get in short here, so I'm fine with missing this. So I wonder what that, like, apparently that news was pretty much the catalyst for distribution. Nothing for me yet. Let me see. You know, ISM. Oh, it was higher than what they thought. So, whatever. It doesn't mean anything. The news nowadays. I was just wondering because it was quite a move lower. Put on an NWOGs. Yeah, the FEG on the hourly has been filled right now. You know, this is not candle hasn't closed yet though, you know? Could be an area where like Wick's doing damage on ES. So being cautious, honestly. Like we came into the VIB. Just being cautious up here. You know, you have to think about like what was the draw on liquidity, and I said what I thought it is. You know, at least for this week, we're like higher, right? Prices. Right? Because we came into this weekly fair value gap already here on ES, and then we closed above this candle. So this week I'm still bullish towards this all-time highs. You know, if it doesn't hit that, then that's going to be some like large SMT on the larger time frame where we'll have to look into more like February, more retracements lower. But we have time until then. Like, so, you know, I wasn't thinking this morning like, oh, the draw on liquidity is like this or something, right? Or I guess it could have been this, but there was no entry for me to get there. Just like I said, like it's just 5 minutes just bleeding lower for straight up. So no regrets. We're chilling right now. But like if it does end up shifting bullish, it's gonna be like later. And it'll be on the 5 minute. So I'm not really enamored with price right now. So I'm definitely watching this on NQ. This is again, we're still at the start of this 4-hour candle. Right? Let me see. Like NQ doesn't have anything on the hourly fair value gap, but on the 4-hour, you know, it has this fair value gap here. And this could very well just be manipulation into this little order block, and, you know, the wicks could very well do damage because this is still the beginning of this 4-hour candle. You know what I'm saying? I'm being cautious. Like, I don't really think, like, I'm not really looking at this and thinking like, oh, this is the draw on liquidity, right? Because this is already balanced. So actually, if we're bullish, we shouldn't break this. And I'm looking at like the weekly again, like where are we going for? I believe we're going for we already hit all-time highs actually on NQ, but like, you know, if I think ES is higher prices, then NQ is still gonna remain stronger. So that's what I'm thinking about right now. Oh, wait a second. Did I mark this out on like the wrong type of time frame? Oh god. I didn't have BDADJ set up. Oh lord. Okay. Well, it hasn't hit this area yet. Let's see if that's anything. Okay, it's not. It's fine. It's fine. Yeah, no. I had it fine. Okay. It's just like a daily type of thing. Okay. Well, let's see if we hit this like little high here. I mean, whatever. ES, I'm watching. I'm thinking about like, you know, I think lately what's been happening, I think it's like ES has started the day off like worse structure, but like since it has room to catch up, like then it shifts better. We'll have to see what's cleaner. I don't mind playing ES instead of NQ, you know, I do that sometimes. But like to me, it's like nice that it's like, you know, it has an hourly fair value gap here. You know, and so far we have 34 minutes left in the hour. I do want to, you know, I mean, Silver Bill is until 11. So it's like, how do you think this hourly candle will close? I don't know. Wicks are doing the damage. It should close above the CE if we're still bullish, right? It's a toughie. What the heck just happened? Am I like smushed right now? Okay, I'm good. The market makers, you guys are after me. Jeez. The market makers are after me. They're like coming after my computer right now. Anyway, 5 minute here on ES. You know, DXY is digging into this area and starting to come lower. I'm interested to see what happens when it breaks this and things like that. I don't know. Yeah, I was bullish, and thank God I didn't get into nothing, you know. That's what's the beauty of it, is like if you have like steps to your process and your entry doesn't present yourself, you know, you can be wrong and you not get hurt. So that's what I'm doing today. And trust me, you guys, if you end up feeling any kind of FOMO, like really don't. Like we're literally in an inside day from Friday. You know, stay off of Twitter. There's gonna be like a million people being like, I got into the best entry possible. I caught everything. So I was like, okay, good for you. Gotta like literally save your mental capital. It's only the first day of the week. What's happening today? The market makers are after me, I guess. No, I'm not on anything. FBI was about to knock on my door. Oh my god. That's what someone's saying. FBI is about to knock on my door. Oh, it's too funny. It's too funny. You know, I like order blocks, but I prefer when like the fair value gap goes into the order block. So if there was no wick here, that would have been better. But like, you know, it could totally just like bounce here for sure. I don't know. Like if you keep marking out stuff, like something is gonna bounce for some reason, you know. So I'm not really gonna do so much of that. But I'm looking at ES for sure. Shift to order flow instead of order block. You know, order blocks tell me order flow. Hmm. So are you guys saying like the audio's messed up, but the video's okay? I have to look into that later. I guess I'm gonna look into it now, maybe. Welcome Jamal to Bagel Club. Okay, people are saying it's fine now. Testing 1 2 3. Testing 1 2 3. Sometimes I gotta get away from the mic. Okay, people are saying it's good. Some people are saying it's bad. Someone is promoting another channel, which is hilarious to me. You guys, it's kind of funny. People do tell me, they're like, Tanya, you started like a live stream trend or whatever. Like, I guess so. I don't know. Do what you want to do. I don't really care. But what's annoying to me, it's annoying with other people. People have started to advertise under my posts on Twitter. I'm like, what do you think this is? I'm just gonna hide your reply if you try to advertise. Like, the hell? Like, you can go ahead. I like anybody. I don't care if people, I don't see it as competition or anything, but I think it's like not classy to come into someone else's stream and try to promote someone else. Especially when that someone else, like, just copied my disclaimer and didn't change their name on it. But I think he's a good trader. But it's not classy to promote someone else's stream and someone else's chat. Okay. We're classy on this stream. I don't really like to. I'm testing, 1, 2, 3. DXY is going lower at this point. Yeah, I did a poll for the audio. It's up. I am looking for longs, you guys. Like, we're starting to wick this on the hourly for ES. You know, wicks could do the damage. This is playing around here. Now it's like, did break a low here on DXY, and there's not really any sort of, you know, manipulation lower. It's just been straight up. So I think it could go lower, which will give a relief bounce on the indices. But okay, let's see the audio. 87% say it's good for them. So people who was bad, like, maybe just refresh the page. Refresh the page. But hello, it's almost 3,000 people on the stream. Hit that like button. Let's get to 1,000 likes. I am looking for longs. Classy, not trashy. Okay, cool. I'm happy I don't have to now really worry about that too much. Oh, Kat, I'm so happy I'm helping you out a little bit. That's good. Yeah, some people do say that I've been just like fostering an environment where, like, you know, you don't feel FOMO at least, or you're just calm and you wait for your entries. I do wonder if oh, cool. That's cool. Hit that like button. Let's get over 3,000 soon. Anyone take a FOMO short? At what point do I abandon my bias? I'll abandon my bias if we invert a bullish fair value gap. That's basically it, right? You know, NQ is very tricky, right? But this is a 4. There's no fair value gap on NQ on the hourly. So it's making me more inclined to just look at ES because of that. And you know, you guys, like, I'm not in any kind of rush to get into a long right now because there's no displacement yet, right? There's nothing for me for ES right now, but I am watching for sure. I would love for this, for like a 5-minute shift, and for this to get inverted, you know, this could get broken above. And like when that happens, it's probably going to be a stronger move up and then like an OTE entry, perhaps. But I'm not in a rush because what I've noticed a few times is, if you're going from internal to external liquidity, right? If you're going from internal to external liquidity here, yeah, my stream was at 3.5K earlier. That's cool. But I'm focusing on this, but probably because like my audio cut off for a little bit. The FBI, you know, the market makers came in and like my computer, all my screens just went black and were like flashing. I don't know. Maybe I should just upgrade my computer to something even better, since like now I'm starting to upgrade some production stuff. I got some better lighting I should install also, but maybe I'll take my computer to Micro Center and be like, help me upgrade some stuff. I think GPU would be a good upgrade, you know. But anyway, what I've noticed a few times is that, like, I don't know. Let me think for a minute. If you're going like internal to external liquidity, a lot of the times, it's more difficult and slower, like, than from external to internal. And so you typically have more time. There's more consolidation. Like if you just think about this day, right? Like this day was in like we were already in this internal area since like that FOMC Wednesday, and it took a while. It took like I think until Thursday, middle of the day, to get out of it, right? Like even on that day on Thursday, we took a short from above London high, to like some internal low, which was fast, by the way, because it was external to internal. So, I mean, very well, this could be like slow, chop some people up a little bit, and then maybe like lunchtime or afternoon session. I don't know, but I'll look for like a 2022 model on the 5-minute chart, essentially. I think that's a good idea. But so far, we need to form our swing highs and everything. Like, this is boring to me. Like, I need this, at least the 5-minute, right? Because this is an hourly point of interest at this point. And if it doesn't happen, if it just strips lower, then, I'll stay safe. But like what I'm saying is I'm not Russian. I'm not Russian, I'm Croatian, so I'm waiting. It's a little joke there. So DXY consolidating up here. Not really anything good, right? Because look at this. I would have wanted this, we'll see how it ends, but this is on the 5-minute. Right? 15 minutes, just sort of wicking. Not even a 5-minute really. Like you have a small like market structure shift on the 5. But this is like a weekly point of interest. So like where do you have to go? You have to go down like essentially like 2 things. So like literally like a 4-hour fair. We're really looking for like a 4-hour bearish fair value gap to start opening up on DXY. Right? You can't really like rely on 5-minute and these kinds of things. For like if it's like a weekly. This is an hourly. Like it's gonna take time. So this is invalidated now. DXY is pushing higher. Yeah. Kind of crazy. Monday AMs, right? Yeah, that's a Monday for you. I mean, whatever. Your NQ's going to the daily VIB high. I don't know, I'm totally okay with just preserving mental capital right now. I guess like the only really short would have been here towards this. But yeah. Not for ES. ES is just so weak. I was just thinking about NQ. But at that point I wasn't really thinking about shorting anymore. So I'm good. DXY is pushing up higher. Interesting. To say the least, today's now we're down 0.86% on the day. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe interested in ES longs later in the day. YM is holding up for now. But you know what? What I've never done is promote my stream in another person's live chat. But that's someone else's. It's not the person, it's a audience member. But I do know some other people, not the person that sent it, some other person. Sometimes they send people to other streams. It's like, bro, relax. I'm talking about someone that probably no one knows about. Like they have less viewers, and people only attack from below. Remember that. People who are above you and better, doing great, like they're not gonna be how would you say that, insecure, I guess, right? So, you know, for example, Patrick's been very helpful. He was not insecure, he literally promoted my YouTube a couple times, which, by the way, like I'm putting out a interview with him at 11:15 a.m. I asked him about, like, hey, like, because he pulled out $40,000 in payouts this month alone, and that's pretty much how much, like, he leveled up from 46,000 last year to 40,000 this month. And I asked him, like, what was there a major shift and stuff like that, because he's been in the prop firm game for a couple years now. Pretty interesting interview. Tanya can do audiobooks. That's funny. Oh, good job, Lamarck. You took an L and you saw your error and you just, like, walked away. Yeah, that's the important thing, is that, like, you don't punish yourself by revenge trading. Right? You can be wrong, accept the loss. Thankfully, I was wrong, and price just didn't give me any kind of entry. So, DXY is just pushing higher and higher. So the good, good for us for not getting in longs, but I don't know. Kind of weird, right? Like, the thing I typically expect when this happens is slip down lower at 10 a.m. Like, I expect some sort of divergence first, like either pre-market or something, and I didn't see anything, right? I would have expected some kind of divergence in pre-market. Right, didn't really see anything here. It's why I'm an ES. Pretty much the same type of structure. Like, I would have expected one of them to take out some kind of high, or maybe, like, even just like a pre-market high, because I don't even think they broke any kind of, they just slipped lower. So, like, even I was thinking, like, had, like, ES taken this high here, 15-minute highs before the open, that would have been, then I maybe would have taken a short, but not really anything for me. And I'm fine with it. Like, again, it's Monday. It's Monday. It's the start of a new first day of a new month, and it's Monday morning. You know how many times, like, I've just started off Monday mornings, like, with a loss, and that sucks the worst. That's the worst thing. You just start off the week with a loss, and it's like, oh man, had I been more patient or something like that, wouldn't have messed up. Now you're literally, like, in fight back mode. Or it's not looking good for ES now, by the way. Like, it's inverting this on the hourly. Lower, literally in the next 15 minutes by 11, if it closes below this, likely could look for shorts. Short's likely going to break this low here. I don't, I actually don't need this. Probably going to break this low if it closes below this. Like, and that's fine. Just, like, look for shorts later in the day. Catch the next bus, But, like, that's something I, as I've been a little bit more, I don't know how to say it, like, exposed more in the world of online trading, and people know who I am, sometimes I'll see some shade thrown or something, and I just remember, like, it's just from people that are upset at themselves for whatever reason. It's always coming from below, not above. So just remember that. It's really not like I don't know what the heck NQ's doing. It's like this huge hourly candle now, right? How much did we move in the past hour? We moved, let me see. 704 to 570, 130 points. Like, remember, like, if there's a short later in the day or tomorrow or whatever, if this, like, you know, there's still like another 110 points to this low. You know, but for ES, I would probably be more inclined to look at ES just because like it's a little cleaner. There's still another like 20 points. Would you say, Lewis? You said it's super proud of how showing patience and showing viewers that's what it takes to be disciplined. Only quality trades. Keep it up. Thank you. Yeah. Like, you know, I'm okay with admitting, like, you know, I wasn't looking for the shorts, so like, why would I expect myself to be in a short today? You know, I appreciate it. I think, you know, trading is 90% waiting. I'm really, look, especially when you start out on a funded account, I'm very careful like the first few trades because I don't want to go into now drawdown. That's the worst thing. You get a new funded account and now your first trade puts you in drawdown. So like your next trade, you don't even make any money. You're just trying to get out of the negative. Oh my God. Hate that. The worst. So like I'm trying to make sure the quality, you should always make sure it's quality, but like, you know, double down on the fact. Hydra just gave a donation. Thanks for the donation. He says 1050 macro with equal highs on NQ. Yeah, I guess you have like some equal highs here. Sure. We'll see if something happens. We went into a daily area now. So if we are going to shift bullish, like we have to see it on the 15 really. We had 10 minutes until this hourly candle on ES closes. Haha, silent. Yeah. What can I do? They hate me because they ate me. I don't really do much, you know, to contribute to anything. I don't think I get like 1,000 times more love. So I love you guys. You guys are the best live chat on YouTube. You guys sometimes point out stuff I'm missing. You know. So now we are watching this. Let me see. Where am I at right now? I'm on ES still. Hmm. Mm-mm. I don't see anything for my type of long. I don't really want to enter on like a 1 minute or anything, no. It is still like drip. I see those, yeah, equal highs, but definitely no entry yet. But yeah, no, I'm pretty happy. Like, lots going on recently. It's crazy. It's crazy, crazy. NQ. I don't know. NQ is down negative 0.8. ES is literally, this is why I'm also interested in ES. Like, it's literally down nothing on the day. It's like literally flat right now. Like, it says, oh, never mind. What does it say? Why does it say negative 0.1? Does it? No, it's negative 0.7. Never mind. It's negative 0.7 on the day. Yeah, okay, that makes more sense. Confused me for a second. I think I was highlighting the candles. Okay, that's fine. I guess I adjust just based on the candle? Oh, that's not good then. It's not good. I'm getting rid of that later. But, you know, ES is broken below that hourly fair value gap. I'm not looking for longs right now. Like for me to see a long, I would need it to like break above this and create a breaker block on the 5-minute. You know, maybe later in the afternoon. But I don't know. Like it's looking like in 7 minutes we're closing below this hourly fair value gap. We're just gonna go for here later in the day, and just like, or maybe tomorrow. I don't know. Maybe today. Tomorrow we have no news, right? Domingo Bonilla, thank you for the donation. Says, I'm sorry. I'm sure you answered this before, but I'm new to this channel. I know you trade ICT concepts. Can you break down how you trade to use supply and demand? No, I don't really use supply and demand. I mark out. You can check out like the beginning of every stream. I essentially start out the outlook on DXY, look at weekly. Then I look at the indices, weekly, daily, hourly, check out fair value gaps, and then I would say a lot of my entries are just a 2022 model between 10 and 11, which is essentially the silver bullet model. Yeah. So I would just like look for a liquidity sweep. Right. First off, like let's write this out for a minute. I will be looking at how this ends. This hourly. Okay. Number one, what is the draw on liquidity? Make sure you guys can see this. Yeah, I'm sure like some people say fair value gaps, they label that as supply and demand or order blocks. It's whatever you want to define it for yourself to make it easier to understand. What is the draw on liquidity? So you look at equal highs / lows / weekly highs, lows, daily, or session highs and lows. Right, or you can even just look for like external to internal liquidity, or imbalances, right? So it's either highs and lows or imbalances, which are fair value gaps. So these. Number two, was there a run on liquidity? Meaning like were equal lows taken and then a trap happened, right? So like, was there a sweep of liquidity? Was there a session low taken? Was there a retracement to an imbalance? Number three, was there a market structure shift? Market structure shift, which means short-term high or short-term low broken with displacement, right? Which is a fair value gap. And then we look for entries. Entries either like you draw a fib, 50% retracement, whatever this is like up to you at this point. It's, personal OTE, which is like the 0.62 to 0.79 retracement. And my personal one is like I'm always going to enter in a fair value gap, typically below 50%, or it depends if price is balanced, which is a little bit more advanced, understanding balanced price ranges, but then I'll enter above the discount if it's a breaker block, breaker plus FVG, which is this is what people call the unicorn. Or you want to do OB plus FVG, right? This is where it's personal preference, and based on what you choose here, you might miss out on some trades, right? So if you're waiting always for the optimal trade entry, you're just going to miss out on some trades that only go to 50% and be okay with it. You have to be okay with that. That's it. Like, be okay. Or, what I do, I'll literally choose based on structure. I'm sorry, but like a little bit more, since I understand balanced price ranges a little bit more, right? And then, right, number 5, exit at opposing liquidity, which is the draw on liquidity. That's basically how I trade. Hope I answered that question. So someone's saying daily liquidity 1 minute shift. I don't like that typically. Typically, like this is what you want it to like do most of the time. It's like if it's weekly, then at 4 hour entries and shifts, right? You kind of want to go like down to 2 timeframes daily, each 1 hour, 1 hour, right? Hourly, if there's an hourly liquidity point of interest, typically 5 minute, 15 minute. No, 4 hour is 15 minute, hourly is 1 minute. Yeah, 4 hour, 15 minute, 1 hour, 5 minute. And then what I do a lot of times is just a 15 minute point of interest and then 1 minute shift and entry. I think I did that correct. Let me just double check. My friend Thor made a post about this the other day. I think it's pinned on his profile. Am I still showing the correct screen? Yes. It's just like, if you think about it, most of the time price isn't just like doing everything on the 1 minute. It takes time for things to develop. And by the way, you guys, ICT is only using his silver bullet model for Robin, so I find that super interesting, You see. Like, we're literally still within yesterday's range, so I don't really cannot care. It is kind of annoying though, because it's like, I don't want us to consolidate up here on the daily. That would suck. Like, I really want this week to be good. I would prefer it. Obviously, we want every week to be good, but. I find that post of the like what I wrote here to like. But yeah, this is essentially what I do. This is the 2022 model, essentially. But sometimes for this market structure shift, this is where sometimes I, deviate from the 2022 model, where I'll just look for change in state of delivery instead, which is when an order block is created and then violated. And this is a little bit more complicated. I might make a video on that. Change in state of delivery. That kind of helps a couple of things. Like when there's no short-term low or high nearby and you're like, oh, you are looking for some sort of shift, gives you another option, right? You have to be careful. You don't want to like add too many complications to your model, essentially, right? Okay, it's 11 a.m. right now. I'm still gonna look for. Oh, it's 11 a.m. and actually we inverted this now, right? Yikes. Yeah, so I'm not gonna look for the. I'm good. I'm not looking for longs anymore today, essentially. I could do some sort of sweeps within this, but like, look at how that just inverted. It's just gonna. Yeah, no good. but it's not looking good. It's just such a move down. Like, any move back higher, it's gonna take a long time to develop. More likely for us to go lower today now. But I'm just wondering how much lower, really. I don't know. Could we go for this today? Yeah, we could. We moved about 26 points since open. $26 points since open. We can move like another 20 points today. It is a high impact day. Tomorrow there's no news, right? And Wednesday there's no news. I think tomorrow actually there's like a Fed speaker at some point, and I really don't trust that anymore. That's like medium impact. Yeah, Mester is speaking tomorrow at 12. Oh, well. Hmm. Yeah, so no. Oh, here we are. It's like, yeah, monthly PDRA, daily. Let me see if I did that correct then. Yeah, I did it right. Weekly 4-hour. Yeah. Okay. Actually, monthly is like a daily, looking for daily MMXM. Interesting. It makes sense because it takes time for like price to develop. Like, do you think like a lot of people, I think, end up get chopped because we hit like some sort of weekly thing and then they're looking at the 1 minute? My favorite, these two, of course. 15-minute, especially in the afternoon. This is pretty good. 15-minute and the 1 minute together. And this is where like a lot of people mess up also, is like they're trading on the 1 minute. They're just like looking at the 1 minute point of interest, like a 1 minute liquidity sweep, like a small intra session low that doesn't really matter at all, you know? And I think that's like what, you know, Cameron's model is, goes down one more, 5 minute to 30-second, right? But I don't do that. Alex, man, say hard to find a setup of good RR using the 2022 model and Silver Bullet because the beginning of the move starts at New York Open or usually before Silver Bullet. Really, I don't know. I feel like it's been pretty good. You know, I don't restrict myself entirely to 10 a.m. I will take a trade sometimes from 9:45 is like the beginning. Yes, and you guys, in literally in 10 minutes, the interview with Patrick comes out, premiere. So we're gonna head on over there. Soon. Not yet though, because like I'm still reading price a little bit, but like I do think like I'm more inclined to be bearish now because look at DXY. We are just closing above this now on the weekly. It just doesn't. It's just straight up. We closed above a high with a fair value gap. Now we have an order block here, right? So we'll see what ends up happening. Like I think it just like ends up going for more. Probably more upside and more downside in indices. You know, and what would I do? I'd probably look for like a sweep of liquidity on the smaller time frame. You know, like a 15. You know, it's going to be dependent, but we'll have to see what happens in the afternoon session or during lunch. If actually, I think lunch session would be perfect if we just like consolidate. If we take out, take out this high, consolidate, maybe OTE in here, like a deep retracement, and then we go lower during the afternoon. That's possible. Like, what I said is, like, I don't like, this inversion here. Am I showing the right thing? Yeah. Let me get the link to that video that's coming out today. So people have the link. We're gonna head on over there soon. And what's fun is that it's my first premiere type of thing, so there's gonna be like a live chat there. Yeah, I don't know. I didn't see anything here. I could have predicted this push up, but like, it's just pretty ugly push up here. Can you imagine just holding this as it gyrates here? Ugly. I'm good. I really am just trying to filter out like some trades for myself, right? Like, I'd rather have good understanding of price and filter out bad, like lower quality trades, so that when I get into good quality trades, I'm more confident about it and I have no regrets. Just about being patient. Tanya, are I still? I lost something. I don't know. I was looking at some message. Tanya, you're doing great. Thank you for the stream. No, we're good. We have the best community for sure. The only thing that is a little bit difficult being in this space is that there's competition between some streamers, and like, you don't want to compare yourself to anyone, and I don't, but it's always in your face a little bit. So like I'm saying, I'm trying to forge patience, and things will come, right? If I like end up over leveraging myself, to try to flex or something, it's gonna ruin my mental process. Rather just do slow and steady wins the race. Slow is smooth and smooth is fast. Like, I love that quote. I don't know who said that. I think ICT said it once. Sure, there is a 5-minute inversion if you like that, but like, it already happened. This is your first swing high, right? Where's your draw on liquidity? Someone's asking, like, 5-minute inversion. Yeah, but it's closing here. It's for sure going here, but it's probably gonna hit it now. And there's no good reward for that. I mean, on NQ, I guess. But it's not even guaranteed to hit this on NQ. Like I said, I'm bearish, so I'm not gonna try to scalp a bullish play. Sure, like we had a shift on the form. It's not really a shift so much. It's a 5-minute inversion. True. It could go here, but it could also just have an SMT with ES there and not go there. It's outside of my kill zone, so I'm okay. I'd rather just think about how, we've had a large displacement now, so I think like it's more likely, yeah, sure, we could take this out from 11 to 12, and lunchtime could definitely be just like chop around. That would be ideal. And then, for continued downside, what I'd like to see is like, lunch taking out some sort of buy side, maybe like lunch consolidating, and then we take out a lunch high, shift lower. That's always ideal, right? But other than that, like, we're outside the kill zone right now, and I'm gonna head over to the premiere of the interview of Patrick. It's the first time I've conducted an interview, so I'd appreciate if you guys go ahead over there and support me. And I asked him a few questions. Like, I feel like no one has really interviewed him in recent times, right? Like, who is Patrick Wheeling? What is his background? How did he, what's his strategy? Things like that. And also, more importantly, like, he had a huge month this month. Like, what changed? Did he do something? So let's head on over there. And I'll see you over there in a minute, right? thanks for coming. And tomorrow we'll be live again at 9:15 a.m.